Princess, you could never guess how happy I am to be here.
Yeah, I bet you are.
It's a good thing you don't bring your old man along on trips like these.
Hey, wait a minute. Let's just leave my husband out of it.
This love affair. This love affair. This love affair. Oh, my heart.
Hey,
Hey, hey,
What's
hey,
happening?
hey,
How you
hey,
doing today?
hey, 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 hey.
Not quite. Hey.
Hey.
Because apparently not allowed to say that no more. I was actually
Are we
watching
not?
a couple of the shows. Oh, quote unquote cancelled and all that. But
Oh,
I was watching a couple of the shows the other day. All the old clips coming on. It's just such a great show. So much moral, so much messages, so much positivity, inspiring stuff in there, and the other characters had nothing to do with what allegedly happened. So, you know what I mean? It's a shame,
I'm
but
lost. I don't even know the susu about it. What's it?
Cosby Show. Bill Cosby was charged.
Oh, I thought that was Fat Albert.
Yes, but it's the same character. It's the same person who voiced it.
Oh, you learn something every day. Okay.
Yeah, it was a Bill Cosby. I don't know if he actually created it. I don't know. He might have been the brains behind it as well. But yeah, Fat Albert and I can't remember what the rest of it was. Something kids. Fat Albert and hey, like Fat Albert. See, we're going into the music again. Anyone who's in the chat, name that song.
I put down episode 82, but then I spotted something. It's actually episode 83.
Oh,
It's
what a wonderful place to be.
It's episode 83. So welcome. It's Monday. It's just after 9 o'clock. We are here. This is the Real SoundCheck podcast. My name's Butch Cassidy, and is...
I go by the name of Dave Knight.
Yeah.
Alongside Mr. Cassidy over there on my right. Well,
there we go.
Left, but...
we are here for another episode. Thank you all for tuning in, and as we always say, thank you for watching back our previous episodes.
Yeah.
We always have fun interacting with you lot, and love the fact that you lot take time out to either clip up or share the link, or as we ask, and the little things. So thank you. Exactly. It's another week.
Checked out last week's one.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
they did.
Those movie suggestions and TV suggestions.
Yeah. It's nice to know we can geek out on certain topics and subjects, and people are there. If you're in the chat, come and say hello. It's always reciprocated. It's nice to hear that you're here. Yeah, this is it. It's another week, and this week is all about social news updates and what we're going to react to it, how we're going to react to it, and have a little conversation. So your comments are very, very valid. Please feel free to comment. And if you know the show, you know that we get you involved. Interaction is 100% paramount.
Oh yeah.
How we sounded? We sounded nice and clear. Everything good?
I'm hearing you nice and clear, sir.
That's good.
Yes.
That's good. That's good.
It is all
on
good.
This hot Monday.
Wee.
Hot Monday in London. Well,
It's like,
UK.
You know, people were complaining that summer's gone. Whatnot.
I know. Because normally by mid-July, summer's finished.
Yeah, it's strange. I mean, because when I was growing up, I just remember vividly that summer was 3 days, and a lot of it was just rain.
Yeah.
Because every sports day it was raining, so we didn't have sports day because it was raining.
Okay.
And sports day was in the summer, so it would be like June or July or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, probably end of June. And I had a T-shirt that I printed, the screen prints that used to do.
Yeah.
You used to put the T-shirt down, put the screen on top of it, put the stencil, and then you used to scrape the ink across it. And
Yeah.
I had one of them, said sports day. Would wear it. It's always raining.
Oh man, I remember summer holidays because my birthday is Friday coming. But I remember the summer holidays kicking off, and summer was great. I can't remember rain in the summer.
Yeah, when I was in school, when I was in secondary, especially. Maybe it was the secondary times.
Well, maybe in school June, July, but August. Nah, mate, we were out. We were out. That's when you pump up the tires, oil the brakes, make sure the chain is ready, because you are hitting road, and that is
Oil
it.
the chain, you know.
You have to
With
oil
the-
that chain,
with the
get
can
ready,
with the
man.
long paper plastic.
Yeah, all the way through, and just get ready, because you know you are riding out, mileage. You're doing miles.
Yeah, I think one time I got a little bit excited or enthusiastic, and I was young, but I ended up in Victoria, and I lived in Haringey.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I was trying to get home. I hit King's Cross, but then like half an hour to an hour later, I did this big circle and ended up back at King's Cross. I was like, oh sugar, how am I going to get home? I can't remember the way. Eventually I got back.
Yeah, them ones. Yeah,
It was
we
an
used to
adventure.
do that. We used to do back out to the countryside, hit the hills, and then then late night when some people weren't allowed out in the day, they were allowed out in the evening,
Okay.
and then that was it. 6 of us turned to 12 of us, all on bikes. You know what I mean? And we are out, whatever the motive is. If it's to go to our next ends, we are out. 12 people strong, bikes at the ready, and a lot of guys converted their bikes. They put mountain bike gears on BMXs.
Whoa, wait a second.
Yeah, custom things. Mountain bike gears on BMXs, so they can ride, they can go far, and then just click, hit the hills and do.
What school did they go to? Because I don't know where you get the inspiration, or where's the inspiration to say this belongs to this bike? The manufacturer put it on that bike specifically. This is how the bike came.
Yeah.
And you said to yourselves, you know what? Let's take the thing from there and put it on here.
When you've got a chromed out all like the USA Mongoose BMX frame, and you got black on black wheels, let me tell you, you are taking the gears off of some dead mountain bike. You know what I mean? Or you see a mountain bike just chained up, missing the wheel. You just pop the back wheel and take the gears, and then that's it. You're flicking the gears on your BMX custom.
That is crazy innovative.
Yeah, man.
To have that level of sort of engineering.
Some man had indicators on their bike because they were doing mileage, bro.
That must have been MacGyver and A-Team inspired, maybe.
Oh, I'm telling you, if I wanted to, I could strip a bike, spray it, clean it, put it back together, change the gears. I could do all of that. We were doing that as young men.
Nice, man. You see, this is kind of some of the things that I don't know if people do those kind of things nowadays. Is as much customization on their bikes at such a young age, I guess. And if people recognize it, and then, because if you're doing that, you would have been building your own go-karts. And if you're building your own go-karts, then you're then building your own electric carts. And then if you're doing electric cars, then you're building your own cars. And then, you know what I mean?
How many wheels does a skateboard have?
It was...
Traditionally, how many wheels does a skateboard have?
I know there's a set of 4, but it's 8, isn't it? Because it's 2 wheels for each.
It's 4. It's 2 wheels at the front, 2 wheels at the back. Yeah. Have you seen one with 2, 4, 6, 8 wheels? We customize skateboards. So if a man, in line. So if a man brocks his skateboard because he's trying to do tricks and snaps it in half, a next man will take the skateboard wheels off of that broken board and add it to his one. So when he's going downhill, he's got the traction to hold more. We were customizing everything, bro. Customizing everything. £2-3 for a spray can. He was driving around with a red bike, black. Everything was black. Everything. Not unless you had chrome. If you had chrome, then you're leaving it chrome. I had a beautiful BMX stolen. I went into my neighbor's house to drop something off. Left the bike outside, gone.
Because that was it back in the day. You didn't have like the locks and everything. You just like drop your bike.
I should have had the locks and I could have brought the bike in. But where we live in a close, but the close backs onto a hill. So people were just walking through the close back down and they must have just saw it, jumped on it, gone. gone. I went round the whole block. I went everywhere, ringing man. Just if you see my bike, rare. And no one of the nitty brothers took it. But I don't know where he shed it. He must have put it in his shed. We couldn't find it. Tried to jump his back fence and have a look for it. Couldn't see it.
Because it's
wild
unique as well, so you can't even say, "Oh, you bought it from such and such."
This is what
No
I'm
claiming.
saying. And I customized it. I had a black wheel, and I think I had a spoked front wheel, so it was on.
If it was sort of these days, shall I say, and you were that age, the amount of customers you probably have because they want similar.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It would have been real interesting to see. Because in customization, you know, they do cars, you know.
Yeah.
And they'll take a standard car and then I'm not Pimp My Ride does Pimp My Ride, but I'm talking about the not so TV orientated. Just, you know, the subtle enhancements to give it that uniqueness.
Oh, we did that. The minute the first person got their car, that was it. We would change the lights, change the lamps, do what you have to do. You know what I mean? Man was all trying to tint their rear lights themselves. Everything was going on. Sound system was number one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man was wiring up sound system, bass boxes, house speakers, doesn't matter what it is. Before we can get that amp inside there and get the amp going, man will take their big house speaker and we're out for the day, putting it in the back. Just thumping tunes, man.
My mum would call because I bought a car for a guy and he had a sort of triangular box that was in the back that two big speakers are in. You know, it was handmade.
I could show you one right now.
Without all the cloth on the outside, it was just
right, yeah,
wood.
I've got a cloth one. Yeah.
And my mum would call it the coffin.
Yeah,
it was just taking up all the space in the boot and the rest of it. But then I had my first car was a green Vauxhall Nova.
The Novas. The Novas. Yeah.
Three-spoke alloys.
Yeah. The Novas. You were one of those,
the brown tartan cloth interior.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking.
I got a green light up radio.
Yes.
With the detachable, you know.
Yeah.
So you put the green light and you push play and you got the bass thumping. And remember that was around the times when Faith's first album dropped, and that album was just pure bliss throughout. You could play the whole thing. And the B line was driving B line. And when you pull up at lights, people look over and they see the lights of the green thing inside. Okay.
I had a Peugeot 205. I couldn't afford the GTI, so I just had a normal 205. But Jano, I got the 205 bumpers, put them on. I got the GTI bumpers, put them on, and I got the GTI rims, put them on. So in other words, you know what I mean? Mine was a little mimic, but mine was only like a 1.2 or something like that. It's crazy.
Listen, if I'm not mistaken, the Peugeot 205, the heating system in that,
Yeah.
Boom! You switch it on a cold night. Within 5 seconds, pure heat is coming through. It's like, from where? My car, you have to wait half an hour or something before you start to get, warmed up.
Nope. I had two 6x9s and a 12-inch sub. Yeah. So as a young DJ, I was rolling up to the sets, humping, booming, proper.
Yeah. And then sometimes you bite me in the car park and you open the boot. It's just like boom, boom, boom,
Yep.
boom.
Yep.
Yeah, and your outside is rattling
all day.
Or
I'm telling you,
your wing mirror or your rear view mirror is vibrating every so often.
All the guys with the BMWs, or no, back then it was like the XR2s and all the what was that Jeep? The Suzuki Jeeps and all of that. All of them man there, all that their stuff. No. The Suzuki. I can't remember it. It's gonna come in. No, the Swifts. Yeah, I remember the Swifts. They were little, the little round back things. And when you're pulling up next to them and you're thumping, they're looking at you like, what? Yeah. Okay. I might not be fast, but I got the sound system. That is it. But yeah, we're just reminiscing. It is social news and update week. We're going to chat about what's going on. But if you've just joined us, say hello in the chat. It'd be nice to hear from you.
Yeah, man.
Your week so far, this, as we just said off camera, 7 days have flown. 7 days have flown. So how's your last couple of days, bro?
Boy. Well, the last couple of days have been kind of nice in the sense that homie came to my area with his son, my godson. And we went
brilliant.
to the local shopping centre. I was walking around just doing some window shopping and whatnots and experiencing the experience of a little one, probably about 2 or 3 years old. And just the wonderment of life and them doing things and you trying to figure out what they're wanting or what they're saying or what they're trying to say. Yeah, it was an interesting experience because I'm not what's the word? People have said that I would make a good father.
Okay, that's good.
But I've not really sort of taken to the idea personally.
Okay. Yeah, each to their own. I get it.
Being around children is still kind of nice.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it was nice to having to hold the hand and
the little hand
like up here. Yeah, little hand.
Yeah, you're doing the little hand. Nah, there is admirable things about having a little one around. Sometimes their curiosity, their willingness, and sometimes the infectious laugh. When they laugh, you just, you know what I mean? You go into that laugh with them and just have fun with them. But that's good. Yeah. That's good. It's good that you get to experience it, but don't rush it. Whenever it happens, bro. You know what I mean?
But the mother dearest.
Oh no!
Wanting it to happen from a long time ago.
Oh no!
So Dave, I'm not going to. When are you going to? How are you going to? I'm getting old.
You can see why they do it. Yeah, no, they want to hold their grandchild, isn't it? That's what it is. They definitely want to hold their grandchild before they pass.
Good evening, Mrs. Deans.
Miss Deans was good. Hey y'all.
Hope all is good on your side.
How's everyone's weekend? Did you have fun? Did you hit any of the festivals? There was a couple of fests. 90s Festival in the Park, Secret Garden Festival. There was loads of festivals on this weekend. Did you get out there? I actually went to church. I went to my mum's church on Saturday.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yes, they had their church barbecue and I played some music for them.
So I see it's in that capacity.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Otherwise,
praises be.
Yeah, otherwise I'll melt at the front door if I was going in for any other reason.
No. You all are welcome in the house.
But yeah, I did that. Flew off to my residency in the Gentleman's Club. Yeah, and then chilled out for Sunday. That was good.
Yeah, nice. I'm also preparing for an event I'm putting on called Plantain and Prosecco.
Pardon me?
Yeah, event putting.
You said you were prepping. You did some research.
Yeah, doing some more material for marketing.
Okay.
And stuff. So that's taking place end of August. So that's been quite nice. Just getting things ready, and people seem to be quite up for coming along. And just it's a entrepreneurs and business owners and aspiring individuals social evening, social lounge. So you just come, you talk business with each other, and there might be a few pictures at the front.
Yeah.
And when we give you some feedback to help you grow and whatnot. And I'm looking for a collaborative environment. That's what we're looking to create. So
excellent. So what? Any specific date? Can you give us?
28th of August, Wednesday, the 28th of August, 6:30 p.m. Tickets will be live real soon. If you want to get tickets now, you can go to plantainandprosecco.com.
Plantainandprosecco.com.
Yes.
All right.
There's a few tickets now. I'm going to be emailing the advance list. Well, I was supposed to do it this evening, but there's a little glitch on the emails. But I'm going to let them know because they've all pre-registered. So they're going to get it first before I start doing the more wider. Marketing. So
is there? Can you release the location? How far do people have to travel? Is it in London?
It's in Shoreditch, the heart of Shoreditch.
Oh, brilliant!
Yeah. There's 120 capacity. There will, of course, be plantain available.
Yes.
Prosecco
Oh my gosh.
in the venue. So I'm not sure if we'll have a deal of that just yet, because it's going to be our first one. But then after that, we're looking to do it every quarter. So we may have one at August, and then we'll likely do another one end of October, and then end of Jan, so that in your business or your idea or your adventure, we look at Q3, Q4, Q5, what you're trying to do, what you're trying to achieve. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
You having background music, or is it not that type of event?
It will be, there'll be music, chilling, music, food, chilling. I might do a quiz as well, but we also have so it's gonna be hopefully a really, really encouraging and positive evening, because there's a more grander idea behind it as well, but it's also part of my ecosystem for personal economic development.
Brilliant.
Empowerment. So it's
when the social material is ready, please send on.
We'll do.
Yeah. And if you need any services, I'll be glad to help out.
That would be lovely, sir. I've got a couple of people who've offered to come down and do some photography, which is great. Yeah. So music wise, I've got probably like a playlist and a mix there as a of course, staple. But if somebody wanted to come and do a little bit more, then what I mean.
That's my service. So let me know. Let me know. Just give me some plantain and prosecco. I'm nice. That's it. Sure, this is easy to get to. That's good.
Yeah, man.
That's good. So look out for that. That's a SoundCheck exclusive. Plantain and prosecco. Entrepreneurial social evening.
That's correct.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, man. We look out for that. Look out for that. Definitely. Share the link. Let people know we are live. If you have anyone that likes social news, who wants to have their say, we definitely are touching on the Olympics Open ceremony. We're definitely going to be talking about that. We're definitely going to be talking about for the movie lot, because we did movies last week. There was some movie news within the Marvel Cinematic Universe that came out as well. Which has had a knock-on effect, and I think that we're definitely going to talk about that. Prince Harry's loaded. I'm going to be touching on that. So that should be good. We're going to stay away from that news presenter that got caught with the kids thing. I don't want to talk about that. That is what it is.
We are in a very, very interesting world. Always have been.
Yeah.
And the path that people take and the decisions that people make, it's so interesting.
And it's still connected to that business, and they've been just sweeping it underneath the carpet for years, man. But anyway.
Allegedly.
All of that hypothetical, allegedly, rare tear, but it's already documented. So how can it? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Right. I think we quickly do one of these. And we are back. This is the Real SoundCheck podcast. Myself, Butch Cassidy, and
Dave Knight.
And we are having a social news and updates reaction tonight. I tell you what. Yeah. Let's hit one of the. Which one are we going to go for? Should we do the organizers' apologies, or shall we go for? Opening ceremony, sparks outrage, upset South Korea, blah, 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 that one.
I think that one is probably the one to start off with, which will just give us a little bit of an insight into what's going on in the world as a whole.
Okay.
As many people, I'm an Olympics fan. So let's just say, way back when I was young, I mentioned it before. Remember Olympics I mentioned last week?
Yes.
Because I wanted to be a 100-meter runner. I wanted to be in the
Yes.
Olympics. So I'd watch the Olympics, be up till 4 o'clock watching it when it was in Seoul and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
And opening ceremonies were always a nice display of colors and culture and you know, visually appealing spectacles.
Yes.
But it didn't really have a something that would politically or socially be involved. It would just be, hey, look, this is great, like a fireworks display.
Yes.
Fireworks display. Look at these fireworks, wonderful, 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 wonderful.
Yes.
That's all we want. That's what we kind of expect from ourselves from a opening ceremony. But this year at Paris, not only did they move it away from the countries arriving on the track,
Yeah, go on, say it. Yeah.
because then they arrived on boats on the river.
On the boats on the river. This is wild. But anyway, go on.
Nice, interesting choice. Okay, cool. You know, a little bit of innovativeness. It's outside of the stadium as well, which is also okay. It needs to be outside the stadium. Okay, cool. However, what they did as a spectacle was quite interesting, and what you'll find now is that you can't really find some of the clips that people have been offended by. It seems like they're doing some damage control on some of the major platforms and removing them. So while we still can, there's a few clips that we might want to share with you.
All right, should we hit this one?
Yeah.
Is that the right one?
Yeah, this is
Right,
fun.
it's
Yeah.
impossible to carry off an event of epic proportions without displeasing someone. But it also takes quite a bit of carelessness to rub a massive group of people the wrong way. An opening ceremony of any mega event, more so an Olympics, is about projecting the host country's traditions, maintaining the ethos of the games, and bringing some of the biggest sporting icons of the country together. It's the opening act of a long play. And the pressure is on organizers to get it right. Paris wanted to set an example and set the tone of the games with an opening ceremony like never before. So they ditched the stadium or the village and opted for River Seine instead as the place for it all to unfold, the water body that runs through the city. Pollution and toxins aside, they wanted to provide spectators and everyone gathered there a spectacle to remember. And the excitement was sky high, despite the rains that threatened to dampen spirits. But I'll tell you what, rain couldn't do what the opening scenes of the ceremony managed to do, create quite a furore.
Ooh.
And what you saw there was, let's call it a rendition of the famous Last Supper, as originally depicted by the famous artist Leonardo da Vinci. The Last Supper originally is a depiction of the biblical scene of Jesus with his apostles, sharing the last meal before the crucifixion. Now, it's great to pay your respects to something that is revered by Catholics the world over. What France did was basically give their spin to it. So what was supposed to be an adaptation turned into a bit of a parody for the purists. Why? Because the scenes had drag queens performing every character of the famous and religious Last Supper. The scene featured DJ and producer Barbara Bush, LGBTQA plus icon, flanked by drag artists and dancers on either side. And that sparked outrage across the world. Everyone was fuming at France's seemingly insensitive hand in treating something that was sacred to many. It was seen as an act ridiculing religious sentiments. And the internet broke with many lashing out at the organizers for trying to execute something in what they called a superficial garb of wokeness. They were also upset with the IOC, the International Olympic Committee, that governs all of this, to allow something like this to pass.
Lots of people were commenting on your Twitters and your Instagrams. Lots of people were just making comments saying, you know, they're outraged and it's blasphemy. Yeah, because they actually had like the silver dish exposing the blue Smurf guy that you saw.
It's not just common focus of celebrities witnessing the ceremony who criticized this. Politicians the world over gave their own spin to this, calling this a shambolic representation on a global event. They blamed the organizers for abusing the Bible and making a mockery of an iconic scene. One of the many who condemned this was, of course, Russia's foreign minister spokesperson, Maria Zakharova.
Let's pause. Let's talk. Let's have a little chat.
Good afternoon, Arsenal Diva.
Miss Diva, what's good? What's good? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon and good evening to anyone who's just joined us for the first time. Welcome. It's the Real SoundCheck podcast. This week we're looking at a couple of social news and updates. Myself, Dave Knight, and we've got Bush Cassidy over here. And it's great to have you on board. If you'd like to join in the chat, feel welcome to drop your comments in there. And let's have a little chat about this Olympic ceremony.
Please get in the chat if there's anything that you saw as well. There's a few things that I didn't manage to get the pictures of. There was certain jewelry worn by Mr. Snoop Dogg that upset people as well.
Okay.
Yeah, certain what people would call demonic animals that he had round his neck while he was doing certain things as well.
And this is the thing, because it looks like I said, damage control seems to be happening in terms of trying to take down the videos.
Oh yeah.
The whole thing.
That's fine.
There was, if you manage to find a clip of the ceremony, well, of that, the Last Supper thing, one of the people there actually has a testicle out, apparently.
Oh, what?
Now, not far from that person, if I'm not mistaken, is also a child. And then later on, you also have, the community dancing all together, which in the scheme of things is not a bad thing. However, if you've got children there as well, it's kind of a little bit risque. But this modern day embracing of it all seems to be.
So let's just break down what we saw. Yeah. But let's also backtrack, because when it was over here in 2012, there was British farming, there was industry, there was royalty, there was things about England, so we got to know about English heritage and why it's being taken place here. Yes. Now, because I done events at university for my degree, one of my subjects was to do the Olympic Games and the effects that it's had on past cities, and do they benefit or not benefit from having the Olympic Games there. And a high percentage of them do not. They literally turn to ruins afterwards. Like, the countries cannot maintain the villages that were bought, so some of the smart ones turned them immediately into social housing, and they've lasted. But some countries couldn't afford that bankroll, so they had to knock them down again. The tracks and stuff, and the cycling tracks and everything were, compared to England, who kept everything open and is still now. You can still go down to the Olympic Park and the stadiums are still there, everything's still there, and so forth.
Sorry, the little joke for me is West Ham Stadium, West Ham Football Club.
Yeah.
Moved from something that was close to West Ham to Stratford.
To Stratford. Why not? Why not? If your stadium's that old, let's be real, and it could be creaking, and health and safety and all of that, and there's a brand new stadium up the road. Why not? You know what I mean? So I was saying that to say, okay, some countries or cities, sorry, do benefit from the games. When we turned on the TV and what was being reported now, like we said, there was no, what was France about? What was the Frenchness of the games?
Okay. Now,
Apart from them speaking and obviously where it was located, but how much did you see? So to me, then, because I switched off and then switched back on, and I saw that scene, and then it took me a second because it didn't click. It took me a second. I'm like, is that the Last Supper? And I looked at it and I went, wait a minute. Wait a minute. No way is that the Last Supper. And then, I'm sorry, my inner thing said, no, I don't want that embedded in my head. I'm turning over. Boop.
right.
And I switched off. And then the next day, I was just looking at all the reports and everything else. And to me, how can I put it? I knew there was going to be a backlash. I knew there was going to be a backlash because if it was taking the understanding that it's imagery and whatever and it's just art and so forth, okay, fine, we give you that allowance to do that. But if it was done about other religions, that come to mind that are warring all over the place,
Right.
you know what I mean, it would be zero tolerance. You couldn't do nothing.
Right.
So why is it that religion was allowed to be used like that? And that's the type of thing I think about. Like, why was it allowed to be used like that, in that way, with that type of representation, with those connotations in there? You know what I mean? People are human. I'm not talking about the human side of it. I'm just talking about people's religion, which is totally different. Not human. Which is totally different. Exactly. And I think they touched on something which offended a lot of people. Definitely. Offended a lot of people. So
what's the tie-in?
Yeah, and that's that you hit where I was going. Why? What's the point? Why were you doing that? Why were you doing that? And before anyone gets onto it, we're not saying people can't be gay, people can't be trans, people can't be. You do what you want. Let's get that out of the way. It's not that. It's the fact that you took something that was religious and remade it with something like that, and that really doesn't tie in for some people. You know what I mean? It's like, and I'm using the words loosely. If someone dressed up as the prophet, you know what I mean, whatever his name is, and started, I don't know, dunking and playing basketball or something, and with a spliff in his hand or something, you're taking the mickey out of a prophet. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's my type of thing. So how come you were allowed to do that?
Yeah,
that's some people's Lord and Savior. Got two decks and a whole heap of people cross-dressing around it. What? Where does it? Where?
Now, there's been an apology saying that they didn't mean to offend anyone.
That's good.
But it's not been some people said it's not really a true apology. They've kind of doubled down, just saying they didn't mean to offend anyone. Okay. The guy who is responsible for the whole thing has said he didn't model it on the Last Supper.
All right.
Right. But then we'll take that and we'll put that aside. Okay. What's interesting is that not to me, I looked up when France was announced as hosting this, and this was 2017.
Yeah.
So 2017, so we're talking 7 years. So in 7 years, you ran this idea by whoever, and everybody said, yeah, this is great. And you did the rehearsal, you said, yeah, this is great. And you said, yeah, this is going to be our representation for the Olympics.
This represents France and French culture to the world. That's you
Here's
tapped it straight into it. How?
Here's here's a couple of other little things, and this probably is more in line with what the well. Basically, there is a couple of scenes where there's 3 individuals, 2 guys and a girl. The guys are leaning more towards the flamboyant side of dressing and appearance.
Okay.
Right? They're walking around this place and whatnot. Then they stop on a staircase and they're giving each other eyes and they're getting a little bit closer and more sort of like they're going to be intimate with each other, getting close face to face. Then they go to a room, they go inside the room, and one of them looks at the camera and slams the door. So the depiction there is of 3 people about to go and get intertwined with each other.
Mm-hmm.
What has that
Got to do with being French?
with
What?
the Olympics at all? Or even, what is that showing? Why is there a sexual element to your...
Why? That is the key. Why is
ceremony.
there sexual preferences at the Olympic Games? What's it got to do with anything? We look at athletes, whether they're horse riders, archery, break dancers, gymnasts. Do we care about their sexual preference? Do we give a flying monkey batty about their sexual preference? We want to know how good you are. Rah, you're fast. Rah, you do archery. Rah, look at what you're doing. That's what we're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
Their sexual preference is none of our business. It really and truly it isn't. It is. We're not really bothered about it. We don't care. But we're like, wow, the Americans are good at backflips, and like I watched the men's gymnastics team, like the event, and that's one of the things that I love. I love when they just go all out and they're doing their thing. And Great Britain came 5th, I think. Yeah, 5th. And you know what I mean? But China dropped. This brother dropped on the last hurdle, mashed it up, and Japan came through and won. But that's what I'm talking about. I'm interested in that. That's it. And it's not just me. People at this, and plus as well, what I like about it is the youth, in the sense of there's 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds that are representing their country for the first time. What type of achievement is that? To be in your country, going to school, playing a sport you love, and then you get a call to say you're going to represent your country. You know what I mean? And at such a young age.
You can come close. Even if you come close to being champion this time, you got another 4 years to get ready for it.
You got a taste of it.
Then another 4. You know what? You got time.
And you have to tell your people, hey, everybody, look at me. And in between you being in your ceremony and on your boat going down the Seine, Paris.
A couple of other small things in terms of let's look at the symbolism stuff. There was a individual with a hood, in silver,
on
a horse, going across
I saw that
the
one
river.
today. Yeah,
and some people are saying that's quite closely linked to one of the 4 horsemen in terms of another sort of biblical tie-in. Death. And there were wings on the Eiffel Tower, where is it when you get to a certain angle in front of the Eiffel Tower and the horse has wings.
Oh,
the wings are just on their own.
On
their own.
But the camera angle
but
that
once
they
they
took.
get the camera angle, yes.
Oh, that's
So now
wild.
the horse has wings. It's riding across the water. This person with a hood, you can't really see their face.
Blacked out face, yeah.
And then they are now. Then you get someone on an actual horse, similar setup, but they've got all the countries following them, all the flags.
Yeah.
And there's again scripture that someone tied into it saying this is actually from Revelation, that all the countries will follow death into da 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 da.
Yeah. It's
and not another necessary symbolism, but I'm not sure of the story behind it. But one of the scenes, one of the images, there's a person who's got no head, but they're holding the head in their arm.
Are you
and
serious?
they're in red.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I must admit, I just when I switched off, I turned over, man.
It's yeah. And I'm wondering what is that, because I know there was the Hunchback of Notre Dame, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That was, I can't remember if that
But
was
the
France
French
or
were
Italy.
known for what's the guillotines? That's the word comes from, guillotine.
Okay, so if they're famous for guillotines, why are we dealing with death at the Olympics?
Thank you. We're celebrating global like life and achievements and competition and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What? As I
So
said, I could remember the 2012 one because there's a couple of friends that participated in there, and one of them was a maid. You know, when they did the farming scene, she was a maid. She was doing her thing, and she made the newspaper and whatever. You know, there was little things in it. If there was underhanded, backward symbolism, I didn't see it in the British one.
Well, there was, but that's a conspiracy theory,
Yeah.
allegedly.
They even had Les Miserables in it too. Okay.
I haven't seen that actual theatre production. I know it's very popular and very famous, but I have not seen it. But it just looks very sad. So again, a joyous occasion. I don't know. You know, Omar Sy could have been a part of. They could have done a whole Lupin thing. With
Oh
the
my
Louvre.
God!
You see what I'm saying?
Man,
I'm not saying you should hire me for the next Olympics to sort out the idea, but I'm just saying the same way how we had Daniel Craig with the Queen. You know what I mean? Like a little bit of Bond, a little
James
bit.
Bond,
They could
the
have
icon and a British icon.
Exactly.
They didn't. I didn't see anything that was like you're taking me into French history in that way. For the short time I watched it, I didn't see it. If anyone else saw it, please say. I don't mind being corrected, but it was not about that. And then when I watched all the other clips, it was just pure negativity. I didn't see one news clip saying, "Hey, Paris smashed it, man! It was brilliant."
There was I think it wasn't necessarily the opening ceremony, but I think it was the torch passing.
Okay,
I think the torch at one point. I think Serena Williams and another couple of athletes were on this boat and they're going through and they get shaken a bit, but then all of a sudden you see them like rubbing their nose like, ooh, something smells. And it reminded me, I think there was some protests not too long ago where allegedly
okay,
people were excreting into the river in protest, so they may have hit a certain point and then it just hit them because they were like, oh gosh.
Well, this is what they're saying about the triathlon. They're saying that it might not happen. It is set to happen, but the toxic level of the river is too high. It's too high. So maybe there was something, you know what I mean? Maybe something went in there.
Arsenal Divas said, underwhelmed by the whole thing?
I was underwhelmed. Yeah, it's really sad. Rafa Nadal was on a boat, and I can't remember the other. Okay, thank you. This is what I'm saying. I don't know.
And it's a shame because now the people are calling to boycott the Olympics.
Yeah,
which is not the fault of the actual athletes.
So Shall we take a little second just to see what Paris had to say for themselves in their so-called apology? Let's go here.
Clearly, there was never an intention to show disrespect to any religious group. On the contrary, I think that Thomas Joly really tried to really intend to celebrate community tolerance. That was his word yesterday. And looking at the result of the polls that we shared, we believe that this ambition was achieved. If people have taken any offense, we are of course really, really sorry.
Ma volonté n'est pas d'être subversif, ni de me moquer, ni de choquer. Ma volonté est simplement de dire que nous sommes ce grand nous et que hier soir, c'était des idées républicaines, c'était des idées d'inclusion, c'était des idées bienveillance, de générosité, des idées de solidarité, bref, de ce que je crois nous avons follement besoin. En France, on a le droit de s'aimer comme on veut, avec qui on veut. En France, on a le droit de croire ou de ne pas croire. En France, on a le droit, on a beaucoup de droits, voilà. Et c'était l'idée de faire transparaître ces valeurs-là à travers la cérémonie.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Just wait. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute. Because it's translated, I just wanted to just make sure.
Les républicaines, c'était des idées d'inclusion, c'était des idées de bienveillance, de générosité, des idées de solidarité, bref, de ce que je crois nous avons follement besoin. En France, on a le droit de s'aimer comme on veut, avec qui on veut. En France, on a le droit de croire ou de ne pas croire. En France, on a le droit, on a beaucoup de droits, voilà. Et c'était l'idée de faire transparaître ces valeurs-là à travers la cérémonie.
I caught that. Well, if it's the same thing that you caught, I only caught it the second time. I missed it the first time.
Go on.
In France, we're allowed to believe or not believe.
Yes. We're allowed to believe or not believe. You can love who you want to love.
Because if you go on.
But what's that got to do with France and celebrating the Olympics? You had an agenda, my guy. Like, let's keep it 6,000 out here. Let me stop sharing. 1 minute. I need to get full screen on this. Yeah, he had an agenda. He had an agenda. I'm sorry.
Exactly what he said.
That clip shows that he had an agenda.
Mm.
He didn't say nothing about I wanted to portray what France has from all the way up at the top of the country, all the way down to the bottom, and let people know that center of Paris is known as the city of love. And yes, you are allowed to love who you want. But when you come here, you get this, you get that, our great food, our wine, our this, that.
Mm-hmm.
We pay homage to the grapes that have been flown around the world and been drunk for years, and you know what I mean, the fields and the farming and everything else. Why is your agenda? We love who we love, and we've got to tell everyone about it. This is what I'm saying. People lead with sexuality too much and then complain when other people point it out. I don't want to know about your sexuality. I don't care. It's not my business. I've switched on the Olympics to see an Olympics where we went to this country. It was about that. We went to England. It was about our heritage and whatever it is. And even if it wasn't ours, it's something that we can relate to for being a citizen here, to say that, yes, this country was built on farming. It was built on remember, he went through the different industries and the different ages and whatever. You know what I mean? It told the story of the different what you call it? What were they called? Industries. Yes, the different industries that built the cities and built all the different cities up and down the country. It wasn't just talking about London. It was literally everything. Where was that? Where was your version of that? And then sprinkle your little things inside there.
Granted, I've not seen the whole ceremony to say that they didn't sprinkle other elements in there, because this is the part that's got the attention. But to say we're allowed to believe or not believe means you could leave out belief completely.
Yes.
You didn't need to include anything to do with
anything
belief,
to do
if that's your sort of MO. It says we're allowed to believe and we're allowed not to believe. Okay? We're allowed to love who we want to love, who we don't.
Yes.
You could have left those out and just dealt with France as a whole,
or
just with a
as
spectacular
a country.
show. Another little thing. Usually you have artists just from your country, but we had Celine Dion there. You said Snoop was there performing?
Well, he's one of the ambassadors and entertainers, and he was a torchbearer, isn't it?
Okay, torchbearer is one thing. Yeah. But I think Celine Dion closed out the show.
Okay.
And I'm just thinking,
French Canadian, isn't it?
Right, got you.
Yeah.
Just borrowing a little bit of...
Yeah.
Right.
Hi, Diva. What did you say? I heard on the news today that 1.5 billion spent to go clean up the river. How many years will the French taxpayers? Well, we're still paying. When I did my report about the Olympics back when I did it, when I found out, because my mind was already thinking about it, when they said every household, and this was in the news, this was in the BBC News, I'm saying it, ITV News, all of them said it, the UK taxpayers, individual household per household, would have something like, 65 to 85,000 pound debt to pay off the Olympics. Every house in the whole country.
And this is again part of the whole, because I think at the time, I can't remember if there was some kind of economic crisis and whatnot, because when London won it, it's like, how can we pay for it? Who's paying for it?
No, the money's there. Remember, we know that governments are banking systems. All of our prime ministers have worked in banking. All of them have worked in banking. They're all financial people because you have to weigh up the books. Let's just keep that real. There's no conspiracy. It's out there. They have to know how to weigh up the books. That's why there's spending, there's expenditure, retractions, whatever you got to do. So it's a money thing. It's a money thing. Let's not mess around.
It's crazy. See, that brings you to the notion that, well, if they can print money for quantitative easing, why don't they just print money, and why do we pay tax?
People have been saying it for years.
There are more questions than answers.
The surface is literally called the surface for a reason. It's up to you to look underneath it. We're not here to start any problems or anything else. It's just we are the general public. We're just like everyone that is watching or will watch this episode. You know, we have our concerns. We care about. We're just reacting. We're reacting, and with our basic knowledge of understanding economics, basic event management. What we'd like to say is, I would like to say, how can I put it? Community feelings. That's what I would like to say. So to hear that a certain community was upset by the ceremony, it has to be spoken about. It has to be like just looked into just a little bit, just to say, all right, then why are you upset? What offended you? You know what I mean?
Don't forget, the same community, if I'm not mistaken, get upset a lot of the time. And people have to apologize a lot of the time.
Yep.
So, although you've had the apology from the organizers, quote unquote, will there ever be an apology from the community?
This is it. Good evening, Wendy.
Wagwan.
Oh, we're just speaking. If you've just joined us, welcome. What time is it? It's just after 10. Can you Adam and Eve it? Let's do this. Yeah. Good evening. Welcome. Just after 10 o'clock here on the Real SoundCheck podcast on a Monday. We've been speaking all things about the Olympic ceremony that's just happened in Paris, and some of the, I was going to use a dramatic word like outrage, but the offense that certain groups have taken to certain elements of the Olympic ceremony. Some will call it distasteful, some will call it like offensive, because it is potentially damaging certain religious groups, even though they say it's not intentional and so forth. But we just heard from one of the organizers who was a bit vague. I thought he was a bit, I don't think he was sincere. Like, I don't know. I don't know. And we're just comparing it. Shall we compare it? Shall we compare
Well,
it?
this we can have that. What happened through the ages, but that's
Yeah.
more the celebration of the Olympics, I guess, but not necessarily giving us a lot of opening ceremony.
Information and looking at
Yeah,
yeah,
but it will
yeah.
show you how the torches were lit, and I don't know how the torch was lit this year.
I
But it's
didn't.
really nice to see.
I
I think
switched off.
as a nice sort of uplift, it would be nice to if it's not too long. I can't remember if it's about
It's
45
about
minutes.
4 minutes, but we'll
Yeah,
see what it's like after 2 minutes. Right. Let's get into some other sides of
through the ages.
yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. Through the ages, we're sharing
Arsenal group
contact.
says smoke from Snoop.
Please define what that means. Please.
We need a little bit of elaboration
Yeah.
to understand what you're contributing to the conversation. It's always interesting sometimes. You see some countries and there'll be like one representative or two,
Mm.
but then that's all in the spirit of the games. Look at that. Balloons, things going in the sky. Look at that. Because again, the Olympics is meant to be a unifying event across the globe. We've got so much turmoil going on, and it was a perfect opportunity to show unison for countries as a whole in terms of what the wars are going on, the economics that's happening. Could have been there to tell a story about just coming together. This was class.
Mm.
See? There you see. See? History, culture.
Mm.
was a cool torch. Yeah, that's it, I think. Yeah, just to me a missed opportunity.
I don't think they could be bothered. I thought you said how the torch was lit. Oh, what did Snoop actually lit the thing? He didn't. And they have to give it to an athlete. Did he actually like? I thought he passed it on to somebody else. Anyway, okay.
Oh, yeah, so Snoop was like this, and they were like,
he just dropped his big sniffy budget thing. Wow. Yeah. But that even from those past, like, how many decades of ceremonies? Yes, they followed a certain trend. Bring the people, welcome them into the stadium, welcome them into the thing, let them feel good, show their thing. Even if you didn't have time or you didn't work out how you were going to do all the dancing and everything else, just bring the people into the stadium, light the torch, and done the dance in it. Like, it's finished, it's done.
yeah,
You know what I mean? To do all of that. That's it. And then just put on 2 little performances and just call it a day. Then at least people would have just said, oh, it was a bit basic, but it looked good. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You try to OTT remix 2024 and get all emotional and in your feels, and you end up upsetting all religion and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So the headless people, hooded people, and the parody of religion, I don't feel doesn't really sort of seem to fit in with the celebration of the Olympics and the coming together.
And the sexual preference thing.
Yeah.
That's got nothing to do with the Olympics. No one cares about your sexual preference. You're there to represent your country and do good in a sport. We don't care. We don't care about your sexual preference. No, we don't. It's got zero. It's got nothing to do with it at all.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with it. I'm sitting there screaming for Japan to beat China because I just started to get behind the chat. I was like, yo, these man could do it, blood. Like, I got into it. You know what I mean? I see the 16-year-old swimmer from Canada. She bad up the whole swimming pool. When I mean, she could have even stopped, touched the bottom, come back up, and kept swimming and still win. She had that much time. No one could touch her. No one could touch her. 16 years old Canadian swimmer, summer something or the other, whatever her name is. She come bad up the place today. Bad it up. This is what I'm saying. For my generation and what we come from Steve Pram, Steve Ovett, you know what I mean? All of them old school names,
Thompson.
Tessa Sanderson and all them people there and everything else. And then, as recent as Bolton and all these other people, now the new generation's in, isn't it? The new generation are in. Who's doing what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who's the next thing? And it was just weird, man. But anyway, what can we do? I don't know. I've got nothing else to say about that.
Yeah. Like I said, it was a missed opportunity in my humble, but again, salute to all the athletes.
Yeah, man.
It was they had no involvement in that, and probably some of them are going to face the repercussions of that in some way in terms of viewership. But congratulations to those who won.
I did see some
posts for
posts.
all of those participating.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, don't get it twisted. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it because I like competitive sports. I love competitive sports. Love it. Love it. Like, I sit there screaming at the TV. I live by myself. Leave me alone. You know what I mean? But I like it. Even the archery and the thing. I missed the skateboarding today. And I want to see the breakdancing because breakdancing is in this year, isn't it?
No way.
Yeah, breakdancing
They
is in.
made it a sport. Wow.
Breakdancing is in.
Wow.
I want to see the breakdancing. I want to see Wagwan.
That's so interesting.
Because
that
I'm
it's
tapped into a
become-
couple of DJs, and one of the DJs in the group is playing at the after party for the ceremony for the breakdancing thing. He's playing at the after bit. So yeah, it's wild. This is what I'm saying, man.
How interesting.
Yeah.
Imagine that the breakdancing gold medal is the difference between first place and second place of a whole country.
This is what I'm saying, man. Imagine. There is already World Breakdancing Championships. Red Bull do their breakdancing championships, but that's more team orientated. Now countries can put in their best of their best to go represent them breakdancing. Come on, man. This is the future. And that's what they should have done. They should have been like, I remember one bit they had little basketball, little BMX, they had a little thing on the river, and I was like, okay, yeah, you're showing what's new and what's fresh and what's, you know what I mean, what's part of it. It's good. It's good. That's what you're supposed to do. And then they start getting in their feelings, man. I can't do all of that. I can't do everything else. What are we going to talk about now? Let's hit one of the... Welcome, SoundCheck. We are here, the Real SoundCheck podcast. We've just finished. I hope you're ready to finish with the Olympic thing.
Yeah.
It's coming. I'm done. Are we talking MCU first, or are we talking about how quickly? Let me just do a quick one, very quickly. So it's a very, very quick one. Let's just do this one.
Social news and updates, reactions tonight. If you've just joined us, welcome to the Real SoundCheck podcast on a Monday night. Every Monday, live, 9 p.m., live and interactive in the chat. Thank you for joining us. And thanks to those for looking at the replays at the Real SoundCheck podcast on YouTube.
Yeah, man. I saw the thing set. Hello, Harry. What's going on, mate? You're in the news. Why are you in the news? And I'm gonna read this word for word. Despite no longer receiving funds from Kensington Palace following their self-led removal from the royal family, if some people didn't know, Prince Harry is set to receive a significant 40th birthday present. Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, had placed a hefty 90 million into a trust fund for her family, specifying that Harry would receive 8.5 million on his 40th birthday.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all.
Ooh, the breakdancing starts the 9th of August. Oh yeah, man. I want to be in. I don't care what time of night it is. I want to watch that. Thank you, Diva. If there's a schedule, share the link, man. I need to find that schedule, man. But Harry gets 8.5 in trust on his 40th birthday.
So it just again highlights some of the, pardon me, quote unquote, financial prowess that some of us are not privy to. You can put your money into a trust and specify when and where and who the beneficiaries are in a much more tax efficient way. If you didn't want your children to touch the money until a certain age, you put it into a trust, and then you dictate the rules. So whether or not he renounced his throne, well, he renounced his throne a long time ago.
He was nowhere near it. But anyway,
and now, because maybe that will or that trust wasn't updated, he's still entitled to that 8.5 million. So he can
8.5 million.
I like Wendy's question.
So, where the frig did the Queen Mother get a whole 90 million? Windrush? No, let me stop. I'll stop. Let me behave. Let me just shush. Well, didn't you see the update on the King's wages? How it's gone up?
Was it some crazy percentage, wasn't it?
Oh my God, I swear I might have to fact check it. My man's getting a pay rise. But then they say, oh, but it's to tackle the much needed repairs of Buckingham Palace.
Oh, so he's paying for the repairs himself.
But he's getting a pay rise.
Yeah, but so he's getting a pay rise to pay for the repairs.
Oh, it's not just me. You saw it. You saw that. See, it's not just me. Man's getting a pay rise, but it's for the repairs of Buckingham Palace because it's long needed.
So then, once the repairs are done, he's still got the money. That's still coming in. Rules for thee, but not for me.
Remember back in the day, horse and cart and highway people, and stand and deliver and all of that and all of it. Them times there, you know what I mean? Them times there.
Sorry. I'm just thinking of the terminology that was used back then, and if the same things were used now, or the terminology that's used now. It's like it's like somebody jumping out at someone at Peckham at 3 a.m. Stand and deliver. Blood.
I'm wondering why you're cracking up. Come hereth and empty out thy purse, rude boy.
Who giveth you permission to walk along these streets?
My guy. Could you imagine this place? Horse and cart, carriages, all of that stuff. And then whoever it is at whatever time, these were people turning around saying, "Here, what? I need to put 2 more bedrooms on the yard. You know what? Let's just tax everybody."
Not even necessarily tax everyone as such. It's a case of just give me a pay rise. Who authorized it? Who signed that? I mean,
The Treasury. It actually declares it in this report. It says the Treasury has given him a pay rise and whatever, but he's it's all for the repairs of Buckingham Palace that need to be done.
Right. So he went in and had a review. He said, "Well, King, you've done so well so far. We've looked at your stats, and you're doing good appearances and stuff. So we're going to give you an additional X% pay rise to help with the fixing of your house as well. I know you only sleep in one of the rooms, but we have to have the whole house nice for you. So, yeah."
I was just going to say something so foul. There's certain establishments that always got leaking roofs. Yeah. Everyone has to go there on Sunday and pay for the leaking roof that is always leaking.
I made a comment a long time ago, and it is a little bit controversial.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not necessarily meant to be. It's just that I've not seen it. So my comment was, I still haven't seen scaffolding on a church.
Thank you. Oh my God. I swear to... You are an OG. You're an OG. You're a gangster.
Because I can appreciate collections, no problems.
You're a gangster.
But I just still haven't seen scaffolding on a church.
Oh my God, I'm using that. I that's just in my brain now. You just cemented that. You've just cemented that in my head. Whew, sorry, revelations. But yeah, you know what I mean. It's one of those things. But anyway, good luck to Harry.
Don't spend it all at once.
Well, he's got a family to look after.
All right, don't be buying Gucci slippers and everything.
No, he can't Gucci nothing. He's gonna have to spread that out, mate. I tell you.
If somebody gave me 3 mil, I'd retire.
Well, there we go. Because you know what you're gonna do with it. I think Diva. I think one time I remember seeing scaffolding. This was years back. Part of, excuse me, St. Paul's Cathedral. Okay.
which is more of a tourist attraction. I still
Yes.
haven't been. Though. But yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
keep
that's
that
a
in
tourist
context.
attraction. We took it in local church.
Where they've got the sign that says
Yeah.
how much they've got so far and how much
Yeah.
they need to get to there.
Yeah.
I think it might be more an American thing, but it was just a little observation, just a little tongue-in-cheek observation.
brilliant
I
one.
don't mean to offend anyone. I'm not trying to be.
No, we're not.
against
We're
anybody's
not. We're just
religion.
making observations. That's it. Yeah, observations. So that was my little Prince Harry little up-to-date update. My man's getting the bag. Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to find out where the rest of that 90 is going.
Well, he gets his share.
Exactly.
I think it says. Yeah, he says 8.5 million share.
Yeah.
So in other words, what's the other one's name? William.
Mm-hmm.
He most probably get a cut as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who gets what? That would be interesting to see of that 90.
Normally, grandmothers always look after the grandkids. They don't touch the kids. So that means all of the kids' children most probably get a cut.
A little something. Mm.
Yeah, yeah. That makes more sense. American pastors just want private jets. Well, this is the what's the word? This is the thing that's going around right now, that those American pastors are living nice. We've got one over here as well. What's his name? Toby.
Okay.
Yeah, he does very well. Lamborghini, Urus, and all of them things.
I might have to dig out one of my little sayings, quotes, things, because I think I said something along the lines of, if you've got a business, that's fine. That you started with your own money, and you're getting that. If you started a business with collections, then shouldn't the congregation get money because they effectively invested?
Yep.
And if you just bought it straight through donations, quote unquote, then maybe you should teach them how to start their own churches. I think that our people missed the bag and didn't use this thing here to its advantage. We let it bully and thingy us, and didn't just sit there and go, wait a minute, is this what you're allowed to do? That's it. We can do that with that. And if we tell them our community can do this, and all we got to do is turn up on Sunday and be home by 1 o'clock. Is this it? Let's just, what? Is that it? Yeah, let's do this. And go buy at the place and do what you have to do. That's a whole nother topic.
Yeah. Yes, I am speaking in code because there's things out here on the land of Tube that have been red flagged, and you have to be very careful what you say nowadays. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. That was mine. What are we gonna do? Let's have a check. Oh, let's hit one of these. Do you believe you have some news?
Yes, we do. We've got some news in the MCU.
What are we saying?
Well, some people may or may not know there's been a revelation in regards to actually maybe show the other one first.
Oh my God, was there another one? Which one did I miss?
Yeah. No, there's a reveal.
Oh, did I miss that? I think I missed it. Which one's the reveal? Yeah, I see it.
You got it? American pastors just want private jets so they can jet across the globe and spread the word. And everywhere that they go, they collect more to pay for the fuel.
Is this it?
And here we are with the MCU.
Actually, one of the more entertaining characters in all of fiction. If we're going to do this, if we're going to bring him to movie theaters worldwide, then I think we're going to need the greatest actor in the world to play that character. Wow. Yeah, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, as proof of the unimaginable possibilities in the Marvel multi-universe, we give you the one person who could play Victor Von Doom
in the next Avengers movie.
New mask. Same task. What did I tell you? I like playing complicated characters.
Wow. I mean, this is...
So, for those fans of the MCU, for those who are following the whole Avengers pathway, we know that there's a character that Robert Downey Jr. plays and comes to a certain conclusion.
You could talk the things. They should have watched it by now. It's out there. He plays Iron Man, and Iron Man gets bad up.
Gets dead up.
Yeah.
So to know that he's now coming into the next Avengers film as Doctor Doom is just weird. They could have kept that under wraps if, in my humble, they didn't have to reveal that now. They could have kept that so under wraps and just revealed it in the film or something like that.
But because of the Marvels, it's a bit they needed that what's going on? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that I saw something today about the what if series are imaginable things that could have happened if the universe was written in different ways. And apparently one of the what if comics is if Tony Stark and Victor Von Doom got I don't know what happened, but basically they swapped places. So you got Victor Von Doom with Tony Stark's money, and then you got Tony Stark with Victor Von Doom's powers.
How interesting.
So, yeah.
Do you know what copy of or what episode or whatever?
It's actually one of the copies of the what if sagas. Like you can actually look it up and see how that actually pans out.
Yeah.
So that's how I think, because the Geek Squad, they've gone in and worked out like how could you even do that? But they there was actually a what if episode.
Look at
that it actually happens in. So how has this affected Mr. Jonathan Majors? Shall we
Well, some people have noted that the next film now is Avengers Doomsday.
Yes.
And then Avengers Secret Wars comes out the year after that.
Yes.
But there was going to be Avengers The Kang Dynasty, and Jonathan Majors was going to play Kang, or was playing Kang. But then after being found guilty of assault, or
I thought he got let off.
Bending someone's finger. Well, in the whole hubbub, they kind of Marvel just washed their hands of him in a sense.
Yes.
He was found guilty, but I believe that it was not of the full assault that people would have in their minds. I can't remember the full detail, but I think there were 4 counts, and 2 of them were like no, and 2 of them were like yeah. So they said guilty, and that's what they pushed out there. So fans have been thinking, oh man, he's just watching Robert Downey Jr. kind of take his shine, in the sense that he was going to be in the next Avengers film. But also what makes it slightly sadder is Jonathan Majors was actually looking forward to working with Robert Downey Jr. The dynamics that they had, he said that he finds him such an interesting character, and he wanted to experience the dynamics that they have and the styles of acting that they have, and you know, probably bounce and learn off learn off each other. But he wanted to be, you know, study and be around him. It seems. But you know, now that's gone as well, effectively. But you know, we'll see if anything changes in the future, because there are other actors who have had certain things happen and they still get opportunities. So
yeah, they've written him off. They've wiped him out. He's done. He's done that. He's done that. He should have just let it go. That's what he should have done. He should have just let it go. Oh, you're upset with me. Go on. I'm gonna run away from you. Bye. Just let it run. Bye. Go chasing down Gallen. Foolishness, man.
He was running away.
No, I know. I was running away, but then it got all thingy, and then just. Yeah.
So Twitter have, you know, done their thing and done the reactions that put tweets up and whatnots, mocking the situation, or you know, poking fun at the situation.
Yeah. When there's ammunition, you have to load it up. And can't thingy. But wish him well. Back on the MC universe, Doom. They said the Fantastic Four is going to be a part of this as well.
Okay.
So they're recasting the Fantastic Four people. I don't know if they're going to keep the young lot that was in the last one or not, or whatever. But the characters of the Fantastic Four are going to be a part of this Avengers.
Because if I'm not I could be wrong because I'm not fully versed, but isn't Dr. Doom, wasn't he in a Fantastic Four?
Yes, he was the bad guy in Fantastic Four.
Yeah, exactly. So that's where I was like, okay, right, makes sense.
Yeah.
But they were planning on that anyway, weren't they?
Yes,
but
they were.
like you're saying, we don't know necessarily who's going to be playing, because whether or not Michael B. Jordan comes back, into it, don't know.
Yeah,
I thought the last one was a bit more detailed than the first two.
Could he actually come back after being Panther? That's going to be a bit weird, isn't it? Wasn't he in Black Panther?
Yes, he's Killinger, isn't he?
Yeah. So how can he be Wakanda, and then all of a sudden?
But then we've also got Steve, so Captain America.
Yeah, but Captain America dies, and then my guy's taken over it, isn't it?
Yeah, but he's the actor. I'm saying that was he was in a Fantastic Four before.
Oh yes, he was, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he wasn't in the last one, I don't think.
Yeah,
or was he? Can't remember.
He wasn't in the first version.
He was in the first version.
No, he wasn't in the
one
first
with
version.
Jessica Alba.
Yeah, he wasn't in that version.
Sure
yes, he was. Yes, he was. He was Torch, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, it ain't gonna make sense. It's not. It's not gonna make sense. They're gonna have to iron it out and do what they have to do.
Can you imagine if Jonathan Majors came back as Torch?
Wouldn't suit him. Wouldn't suit him. Maybe the Thing.
Possibly, because he'll be disguised and they don't have to say anything.
There we go. There we go.
It'll be an interesting one. It's something to look forward to.
Yes.
In addition to the what was it? The one with the Red Hulk in it.
Oh, Captain America.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Did you do any research on the Red Hulk and the Hulk
I just
universe?
wanted to be fresh.
Oh, right.
I just wanted to be fresh.
You haven't even looked at the you got to look at the animation, the Hulk, what's it called? The Hulk universe. You got to check it out. Like why there's a Red Hulk and why there's different Hulks and everything.
Maybe.
Yeah, you've got to.
The Hulk universe, a red one, you know. Because again, with the last Avengers, they kind of melded the two personalities, in it, and we didn't really see them separate again. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Because again, with the time that somebody thumps up Hulk and he doesn't come out for the rest of the film, I was like, what's going on here? He didn't come out again for the rest of the film.
Yeah, this is it. This is what did throw off the film a little bit.
It's like, nah, it's okay. I'm staying in here.
Finally debuts the Red Hulk in a new villain, ties into the MCU in the Captain America. They're just saying it was part of the Super Soldier. They tried to make a Hulk out of the Super Soldier thing. Yeah. The Red Hulk is an alias used by different fictional characters appearing in American comic books. While the first two were created, the second and third was Joe Fixit. Whoever was that supposed to be?
Joe Fixit, you know.
Yeah, Joe Fixit. But yeah, Red Hulk. Yeah. Anyway, don't want to go too deep. That's enough. I think that's all of our reports.
Okay, I thought there was another one that you had.
No, that was me done. That was me done. As I said, I didn't want to talk about the BBC guy. He kept popping up all over the place.
Okay.
That's not my
I thought it
bag.
was the prison. But
The prison?
yeah, don't worry.
Oh, right. Yeah, I think I've deleted and closed all my boxes. So, yeah. That's me done. Not unless there's anything else you want to share.
No, I didn't have necessarily any further stories apart from those two that I kind of noticed this week what was happening. So, I mean, that is the social news and updates for this week. Unless there's something that someone in the chat has seen that they think to themselves, you know what, that shouldn't have happened, or I'm really surprised that this happened.
Email us if you have any ideas. The real soundcheck pod at gmail.com. We are all ears. We are all ears, definitely. Get ready. We have a couple of interviews coming up. We have a club host and promoter coming up, and we're very, very close to getting an artist as well. So when I mean a singer, so yeah, we're just
can they sing? They can sing.
They can sing.
Can sing, boy, good.
So yeah, look out for those episodes coming up as we soon arrive at our milestone of 100 episodes. 100 episodes.
The Real SoundCheck podcast live podcast. No chop up. Every Monday 9 p.m. Mondays 9 p.m.
Yes, that's it. That is it. If we're ever not on, we'll try and let you know. And we appreciate you. We appreciate you being around.
100%.
Yeah, man.
Hope you've all enjoyed.
Yeah, I enjoyed this one. It was a nice one.
Yeah, man.
It's good. Go back. Give us your time if you want. Just to go back and just have a look on the channel and see if there's anything that you like in regards to our shows. Let me just quickly show you. You can go on our YouTube. If you click live up here, you can literally see everything. We talked about aliens. We talked about AI. We had a games night. We did Bad Boy Records. Should all the artists suffer because of Mr. Diddy? We had Dave's book Seeds. Please check this one out. This one's really, really good. Talking about financial literacy for young kids and how to get hold of Dave's book Seeds. We had a Caribbean quiz night. That was good. We spoke to Mr. XL from Big Business. That was a brilliant. As you can see here, I don't know if you can see, 3 hours we went in. Mr. XL taught the things. It was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. We had our games and quiz nights again. And we spoke to UK comedian Lateef Lovejoy about what it has been like on his comedic journey. in the UK. And we also spoke to Mr. Reds, the founder of the Ibiza Soca Festival, one of the founders. And we spoke to Credible as well, this one down here, if I'm right, yeah, letting us know why it's only soca going to be on the Notting Hill Carnival this year on the road. You ain't going to hear no other music on the road apart from soca this year. So make sure you know about that. Get ready. Get ready. And
That's
then
interesting.
and we also spoke to Dave about his other venture, Good Muse, and how to contact yourself with events, DJs, just by downloading an app and being more intimate than just what's the word? Than just normal social media. If you like the same music that the DJ is playing, you can interact with it and so much. So we got a couple of episodes here. Got a good couple of episodes here. Just jump on the page. Yeah, the Real SoundCheck podcast. You know what you got to do. You got to click something and make sure that it pops up. Oh, we had the 80s quiz night because it was our 80th show. That was good. That was a good night. That was really, really good. That was fun. So yeah, you got a couple of episodes that you can just watch back and have some fun here. That was the last couple of episodes. So yeah, do that.
What song is that from?
I don't know why it came out of my head. Do that. What was that from? What is that from? Do that. Oh my God, where did that come from? Oh my God, where did it come from?
If I'm not
That's
mistaken,
blown me.
Q-Tip.
That's actually. Yeah, do that. Maybe you're right. It's just the yo raps in me. It just came out. I don't
Arsenal
know.
Diva.
Award tour. Do that. Yeah, Tribe Called Quest. This is what I'm saying. It's embedded in some of us. Thank you. Thank you all for joining us. We are signing off. My name is Butch Cassidy.
I'm Dave Knight. Thanks you for joining us.
Yeah.
Don't forget to check us out on the socials. I'm at Dave Knight 3000.
Yeah. And mine's underneath me at Butch Cassidy. Right there. Put that into your search engine and you'll find me. Thanks everyone in the chat. Oh, bye Diva. Bye. Toodly pip. Have a wonderful week. If you're in the UK, look out for the thunderstorms that they're saying is going to happen. You know the sun only lasts so long. So be careful by the end of the week. You might need your brolly. But enjoy the sun while it's out. Get out there, get that vitamin dizzle. You know how it goes. So stay safe, stay blessed, and we're out.
Peace.
Peace.